In the concrete jungle of Los Angeles, in the middle of a fight between the police and a gang, we're introduced to Lieutenant Mike Harrigan, played by Danny Glover. As he puts a stop to it, the Predator quickly dispatches members of the gang hiding in the building, unbeknownst to officers on the ground. Now discovering the scene, the officers try to make sense of what happened to those that were in the building, and they come across the Predator's calling card, a strung-up body. The FBI try to cover up the situation, and leaving the officers out of the loop, causing more tensions. And we get to learn more about our main cast. Later, in a bout between a gang boss and the rival gang of voodoo people, it is rudely interrupted by the Predator. We get to see more of his traps and weapons on full display as he takes every single person in the room out, leaving only one witness, an unarmed woman driven insane by the sight. After the FBI leave, one of the officers snoops around the crime scene and ends up getting killed by the Predator as well. Finding a part of the Predator's spear, they discover it is made out of unknown properties. And look for information, Mike speaks with the leader of a voodoo gang. Not hearing what he wants to know, Mike leaves, and the voodoo leader is attacked by the Predator and killed. We get to see a new way the Predator collects his trophies, and we also see that it can tell the difference between real and fake weapons. Later on, a train gets overtaken by the Predator, who kills every person on the train with a weapon, and one of the officers as well, leaving the female officer after it realizes that she is pregnant. It's a very hectic scene. If you can't do flashing lights, I don't recommend watching this part. Now frustrated and angry that his squad is dead, Mike goes on a hunt trying to find the Predator and end this once and for all. As he sets off, this becomes one of my favorite action fight scenes to ever happen in science fiction. The Predator celebrates his hunt as Mike finally gets the information he's been waiting for, as he joins the FBI to try and capture the beast. Realizing it's a trap, the Predator begins its hunt again as it resets the trap meant for him into a burial for the helpless men. Fully armed, Mike heads into the building to kill the beast himself, and we get to see more alien weaponry on display. Mike manages to put down the beast, but not for long. While he's examining the beast, the Predator catches his second wind as he jumps back to life, chasing Mike onto the rooftop, where the battle continues. Mike, now using the alien's weapons against himself, he chops off the Predator's arm, rendering it self-destruct useless. The Predator performs self-aid on itself, cauterizing its own wound. Now in a frenzy, the Predator tries to make its way back to its ship, and Mike continues to tail him. Now, on the ship, the fight comes to its climax, as he finds all the trophies the Predator has collected from all other species, as well as his own species. Him and the Predator get into a duel with blades, and it ends by the Predator being nearly cut in half by his own weaponry. Mike, uncertain of his own death, is greeted by the entire clan that is the Predator is a part of. Having defeated one of their members, the leader bestows a gift to the champion. Having truly bested the warrior, they leave him and this planet. Mike, now alone, follows the tunnel to an exit where the alien ship left, and it is swarmed by the federal agents. As he remarks, they'll get another chance. Cut to black. My final thoughts. This movie did the best thing a sequel could do. It got all the great things from the original and dialed them up to about 11. The first movie was great, piece of meat. Great on its own right, but the sequel added all the spices and ingredients necessary to make it a meal that keeps you coming back for more. Although this is a great movie, the way the franchise carries on is more like they collected the leftovers and scraps, put it all together, and tried to serve it to us as a whole new meal, but we can clearly see just how much of the old meal they still have. Although it's more graphic than the first, and way more bloodier, it's fitting for a story that it's set in. And also, it's in one of the largest cities of the country, so of course, there's going to be more chaos. If you can stand the blood, I highly recommend this movie. Tomorrow, I'll be covering the third film in the franchise. Be sure to check it out when it comes out.